What?
I want to introduce you to my family, the Cravatts. They always want to know who Uncle Johnny is.
God, you have to go to that kind of a thing is, hey, this guy here sitting is one of the relations, that's all.
Now, how many years apart are you and Mother? She's 91, she'll be 92 this year.
Do you have to tell that?
No.
I like to tell your mother that I'm 20 years younger than her. She gets angry. You know, you're taking pictures of me, and I'm so decrepit, my walk, you know.
You're not decrepit. You look awesome.
Oh, I lie so much about my age. It's not vanity. It's just, hey, I don't want people to know that I'm that old. Like many people, their heredity or whatever, they look younger than others who are younger than me, you know. And as the veterans, and there's a lot of veterans that are way much younger than I am at the VA, yet they look older. And the only reason is because they don't take care of themselves, you know. They grow ponytails. They don't clean. You know, wash or whatever. You know, and that makes them look old and raggedy. And it's not. I'm not so unique. There must be many people like me that, and I've heard it said many times about men or women that they're hereditary. It's a makeup that they just look younger. You know, it's just the way it is, you know. While some people that are younger than me look much older. And at one time, long time ago, I was just, you know, astounded. This guy who was about 20, 40 years younger than I am, and yet he looked so old. And I just assumed that he came from Tennessee, because a lot of people that come from Tennessee or Oklahoma, most of the countries like Tennessee and Kentucky, I don't know why, they just look older, these fellows there, you know. I guess it's because they work hard, like some of them do, in the farms and all that.
A little bit more rugged out in the outdoors.
Yeah. Yeah, as I walked that way from my apartment, you know, I fell about the second wall, or the third wall, and the elevator was right where the fire deal was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't make it.
Didn't they say 1 minute longer, and what did the fireman tell you?
Oh, another minute you'd have been dead. Whatever happened in the coma, which it did, there was a dream that was so vivid, was just like again, I'm not too well versed on trying to analyze a dream, but it was a dream that composes itself from events that happened from early in life, you know, and then suddenly when a disaster like this comes out and you're in a coma, it's all kind of like, I can't even pronounce the word, kaleidoscope, you know, and in the mind, pieces just floating together, and sometimes they're a little mixed up, but they're in the dream making an event that is very bizarre to you. You don't know, you know, why it is in there. We were never close, the family. Even when we were living together for a short time, it was not a close, you know, there was no parents to govern us and teach us or tell us about what it entailed to have a brother, have a sister. So we all were like at an orphanage. So we didn't really know each other. One of the things that I think psychologically that helped me survive was that I almost, at that time I was young, and without having to go into the whole background of our life during that time of my life, my whole makeup was different from the average young man that came from a loving family with a father and all that, you know, because we were, at that time kind of orphans, and so that I had my whole system was like an emotional stability, which I refer to as a kind of a safety factor for all the time I was going through combat. That emotional stability helped me survive many events that I should have been dead, only because I didn't get emotionally. A lot of men, were thinking about their wives, their family, their father and mother, but I wasn't, because I didn't have a father or a mother. They were passed away, and so in that sense, I was a loner, and the only way I can describe it is my emotions were stable. They did so. Whenever you have your emotions getting involved in any kind of a conflict, then you're liable to lose your life. But if you have emotional stability, it makes you go right through the event that you're going through, and with good thinking, as to the event that's occurring. Any kind of a conflict or any kind of a combat. There's many, but that I at the moment I can't remember, but they're in the book. In which I thought, well, gee, why am I here? I should have been dead. As it happens in war, there's a lot of misfortunes, and which couldn't be helped. And some of them could be helped, but they didn't do it right. Our whole regiment was captured, and it was, as I write in the book, it would make a fantastic movie because of the action and all the events that were happening, leading to the actual point where they marched us, and we were on that march forever and ever and ever, it seemed like, But when they first picked us up, as I write in the book, it was a kind of a very dramatic event. They lined us up against this white wall, cement plaster wall, inside of a church, and the whole regiment, and getting us ready for the march. And one lieutenant who, said, I don't know why, he said, you can't do this to us because this is against the Geneva rights, And one thing that you learn quickly, the Germans will not tolerate any kind of insubordination, And the moment this officer spoke out like that, this one young German sergeant, who a sergeant is like an officer, stepped back, pulled out his .38, and just shot him right there in front of us. That was a lesson. That's how good the Germans are. I say good, disciplined in war. Because from then on, everyone was quiet and did as they were told, But the discipline was a very a hard one. That this officer, didn't survive to really get an impression to what he should have done, because he did. He killed him. The only personal event that happened that is almost like a secret, and I never told anybody. I think I told your mother about it just recently, I guess, and she was surprised that one day when I was in school, I was just a junior in school. I suddenly, from a class, and this wonderful teacher, Mr. Green, didn't bat an eye or didn't say anything. I just got up from my seat and walked like a zombie out the door and kept walking, out the school, out the grounds, just like in a daze, or like a zombie, and walked, didn't run, but fast, all the way, about a mile to the house where we lived. And I went down in Lincoln Heights, on this North Broadway, all the way down to the house. And then when I got to the house, it was one of the houses that we lived in was with a big porch and a screen door and a door. And as I opened the screen door, I noticed there was a paper stuck under the door, stuck. So I said, what the hell? So I took the paper out, you know, and there was a long hall, and I to the large kitchen that we had in the back, you know, and when I got in there, I could smell the gas, and so here in the stove was Leela on her knees with her head in the oven, and so I shut the gas, picked her up, took her to her bedroom, and laid her on the bed, and opened the window, and all that, and saw that she was okay with a fresh air and all that, and I never did mention it to anybody, not even to her. So actually, you know, if I don't know what in me made me leave that classroom to save her life. She would never have had a family, you know. She'd have passed away, you know. But you know, and you're going to attribute that only to the hardship in being a teenager, you know, that she, for whatever, you know, reason, thought of committing suicide. But the thing is, I never did mention it to anybody, and not even to her. That is a picture of a painting that I did thinking about a friend that his wife passed away. A man, sadness and mourning by looking at the picture of his wife. A shepherd.
How long have you been painting?
Oh, quite a while. A man just working in a cabinet shop. I really like this one. I meant to hang it up because there's a kind of a tranquility about it. And it's eucalyptus trees. And this one really came out rather well. I gave it to somebody that really loved it. And what he said is it actually should be hanging in the Louvre.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a compliment.
That's quite a compliment.
He loved it because of, you know, and to me it was just a painting that I did leading to another painting.
But it feels infinite, Uncle Johnny. It feels very infinite.
These are just a few, and this is a man playing the violin. I don't know, the rest of them are kind of hidden in it. I'm trying to get back to painting, but this damn fire left me to a point where I just can't seem to do anything. But I really want to get back to do a little bit of painting.